Tonight on Localite with John Compton, skier, climber, and magazine publisher Dave Waag tells his story. Dave has carved out a life many backcountry enthusiasts would be envious of. That's all tonight on Localite.
Dave, nice to have you come by. Nice meeting you. Appreciate you coming in.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's my pleasure. Let's get right down to it. You came from the East Coast, and about 10, 11 years ago, something like that?
I actually moved out to the West Coast in 1990.
Oh, all right. And whereabouts on the East Coast were you from?
Upstate New York.
Oh, really? So quite a change.
Yeah. I mean, it was not a big town, but landscape-wise, big change.
Yeah. So what was it in your life that brought about that change to move clear across the country?
You know, I was seeking out the mountains.
Really?
That was what I was looking for. So I moved into up to the Sierra in California.
Oh, sure. So were you climbing and skiing and stuff back east as well, or?
I was, not to the degree or level that I do now, but that's what I was interested in pursuing at the time, and so I happened to have a job in California, which is what got me there.
That helps.
Yes.
Yeah.
Made my parents approve.
Yeah. So you came out, started working and climbing out here, and now was the climbing or the skiing, which one came first?
Well, really, rock climbing was the first sort of outdoor pursuit other than bicycling, as a kid. And very quickly, I began climbing at a little bit higher level, climbing mountains with snow on them, and I had a ski background, so I just started applying that, and pretty soon the skiing trumped the climbing.
Really? So now do you generally hike or climb up to the places where you ski from? Is that sort of your preferred way to do it?
It is. That's the most fun, is to climb these peaks and ski down them, or ski some given aspect of them.
Yeah. Now, I read somewhere that you had actually, I think, anything over 7,000 feet or something like that you wanted to make sure and climb and ski. Yeah, what was that about?
Well, when I initially moved to Portland when I came to Oregon, and I was fresh from Colorado at that point, and just had this thing. I was going to climb and ski everything in the state that was over 7,000 feet. 7,000 feet was sort of my benchmark for where good quality, reliable snow could be found. And it was, fun pursuit as I was a single guy.
Yeah. Did you do it?
No. I certainly climbed all the volcanoes, and quite a handful of lesser volcanoes throughout Oregon, but there's a lot of things in the Wallowas, the Elkhorns, the Strawberry Mountains that I have not climbed and skied.
So got a good chunk of them out of the way, though.
Yeah, it was a fun pursuit. I spent a couple of years.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, so then you arrive in Hood River at what point, and then when does your, because I want to talk about your magazine here in the next segment, but when does that happen? Well,
I ended up in Portland eventually, I guess it was still mid-late 90s, and then I had been coming to the Gorge to recreate, go up to Mount Hood, and eventually was looking for a place to settle down. I had bounced around after Portland a few places, and right around 2000, 99, 2000, came to Hood River.
Okay. And then when did you start the magazine?
I started the magazine in 1998.
Oh, in 98. So you actually started it before moving to Hood River.
I had one issue. Is that right? I had a season. My first season was one issue, and then I did a full season out of British Columbia, and then I moved to the Gorge.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
you do 4 a year now, or
yes.
4 a season?
Yeah, 4 every winter.
Okay. And it's called Off-Piste.
Off-Piste, that's correct.
And for the folks that maybe aren't terribly familiar with that terminology, that means?
Right, it means, piste is, I believe, French for trail, and it means off-trail. So okay. Off-piste skiing in Europe simply means anything off of a groomed run. But in the U.S. and in North America, it's just come to mean backcountry skiing or anything away from a ski area. Literally, it just means off of a trail.
Off the trail.
Yeah.
Okay. And so is that what the magazine primarily focuses on then? Is all like backcountry skiing off the trail then?
It is. It's totally dedicated to backcountry skiing, climbing up to ski down, in pursuit of turns.
In pursuit of turns.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, when we come back from the break, we'll talk more about the magazine, as well as want to get into the Crag Rats and your involvement with them. So stick with us. We will be right back.
Coming up,
We'll cover skiing all over the world. There's no real limitation to. The limitation is that it's outside of a ski area.